Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, students. So we are on online lecture number 2 of the mobile application development course. We are going to continue on discussing the coffee ordering app. Today we are going to discuss what are intents, specifically what are implicit intents and what are explicit intents. So with that, let me straight away go to the Android Studio environment. So far we have created the activity underscore main XML file, and then we have populated colors file with the needed color in our app. So these are the different colors name and along with their hexadecimal notation, and you can preview the colors over here, and then you can change these colors, but it is a good practice to separate colors and to store them in a separate colors file. So similarly, we have the dimension, the activity underscore vertical dimension, and the activity underscore horizontal margin dimension, which we used in our activity underscore main file for the padding purpose. So at the top you can see that we are referring to the dimension file, and activity underscore vertical margin is the padding top, and padding bottom is similarly activity underscore vertical margin, which the value of which is 16 dp. Similarly, we have padding left and padding right, and we have the string files which contains all the strings that are used in our application. Similarly, we have the style file which we can define new styles, and we can if I open it, okay, let me go down. Yes, so if I open it, so you can see that by default we have one style, but you can define as many style as you need. These styles are applied on top of the text views, so you can see that toppings, quantity and order all have the same style, which is header text style. And this is the design of our app, and if I zoom out, you can see that this is the design of our app, and this is the main activity underscore Java file contain all the Java code that are used in our app. So I'm going to like we have discussed this Java code in the offline class, but in the previous lecture we were not comfortable with the emulator, so I created a separate emulator, and then you can see that we have like this emulator running. So let me run our app on this emulator. So Gradle is running, so now it is the time to see our app running up and running on the emulator. So you can see that you can enter your name, you can enter the address, the soft keyboard also appears. You can check or uncheck the whipped cream option, or you can check the chocolate option. Similarly, you can increase the quantity and you can decrease the quantity. So if the quantity is 1 and still I am decrementing it, so we will be having a toast message saying you cannot order less than 1 cup of coffee. Okay, so with that we also have the order submit order button, but here it is not showing us the summary because we haven't coded that summary. So today is the time to display that summary on the screen, as well as to email that summary so we to the corresponding restaurant administration in order to place that order. So here we are going to define our order summary function. So what I can do here, I can simply say that string, and there we have order summary, and we can write create order summary, and there we can give it in order to create order summary we will give the price, and then the name of the user and his or her address, and then is chocolate checked, and similarly is whipped cream checked. So we are going to call this method, but so far we haven't created this create order summary method, so that is why it is showing us an error. So I can go to this small red bulb and I can say to the Android Studio to create this method for us. So Android Studio has created this method. It has a return type of a string. So let us create another string inside this method, and this string is order summary. And then we have in order summary, first we have the name space, and we are going to concatenate that name with the name variable, and then we can move down, we apply further concatenation, and then we have the address option, concatenate it with the address. Similarly we can move on, and we can say that cream checked. Okay, so I'm just clicking the wrong button, so that is why the mouse cursor goes down. So is whipped cream checked, and then further we are creating this summary. So chocolate checked, so concatenated with is chocolate check, enter. So here we are just creating that summary, and then we can say the total price. So total price is nothing but concatenated with the price variable, and in the last we are going to say thank you, but thank you must appear in the new line, so that is why I'm using this escape sequence \n thank you, and then we can put a semicolon to end this statement. And here, because the return type is string, so I can say return order summary, and that's it. So I also want all of these to appear on the new line, so that is why I'm going to insert \n \n, and then I can check it. I think I haven't displayed it on the screen, so that is why, though we have created the order summary, but we haven't displayed it on the screen. Okay, so that for that we are going to create another method that will be called, so you can see the preview of the app, but again it won't display any order because we haven't created displayed it on the text view. So that is why let us here okay, so let us here create another method that will be called display order. So display order summary. So let us call this method, and we are going to pass it the order summary variable. Okay, but this display order method is not created, so that is why we are going to create one. So similarly we are going to take help from the Android Studio. Android Studio has created that method for us, display order. So what display order does, it simply, let us create a text view, and we can say order summary text view. So we can say that order summary order. Okay, so first I'm going to fetch the reference from the XML file. So find view by id r.id dot what was the name of that text view. So I'm going to select this summary, go to the code. Okay, we can go here and it is like we haven't given any ID. So let us give it an ID of order underscore summary underscore text. Okay, so going back to the main file, now I can say order summary text, get the address of this object, and then what we can do, we can say order summary text view dot set text to what? To order summary. So now we are going to see the summary over here, but remember we haven't used int in order to like email it to the corresponding restaurant. If I click this order, okay, I'm going to just restart it, terminate. Let us check that so far everything is going smooth. So the name is once again Ali. The address is, for example, room 2, hostel B, cust, and both the whipped cream and chocolate is checked. So let us see the order summary. So you can see that name is Ali, address is room 2, hostel B, cust check, cream checked is true, chocolate is true, total price is 3. But if I increase the quantity and if I scroll down, you can see that this is what the scroll view does for us. And once again, if I click the order, so you will see the corresponding price over here. Okay, so with that we are done with the display order summary, but we haven't like email this to the corresponding coffee ordering administration. So here we are going to use we are going to use implicit intent. So we are going to use implicit intent, using implicit intent to activate the mail app. Alright, so there are two types of intent. One is explicit intent and the other one is implicit intent. Explicit intent are used where you already know the destination activity, you know the name of the destination activity. But the implicit intents are used where you do not know the exact name of the destination activity, but you know that there are apps and there are activities that can handle the intent. For example, there can be many apps, email apps like Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail apps that can be used, but I mean it's up to the Android Studio to come up with some choices where you can select the particular app and then those apps will be activated. So we use implicit intent in those places where the destination activity or the app is not clear. So how do we define intent? So first you write intent and then the name of the object intent. So we have this error because we haven't imported this intent class. So let us press alt enter to import the class, and then we can create the object or the reference variable that is holding the object of the implicit intent, and this is intent, and in constructor we are going to pass intent dot action underscore send to, because we are sending something to the outer activity or app. So this refers that we are using the mail app. Second, we are not like okay, we are sending what, like we are sending data to the web or to the mail app. So here we want to clarify that intent dot set data, we are sending the data to what, we are sending the data to, so set data. So we are going to use the universal resource identifier, the dot parse. So we are going to use the parse function, and we are going to say, look, those apps related to the mail app are going to be activated. So URI.parse mail2, and then we are going to further move on, and we are going to attach some data to this intent. So intent dot, so for putting some data in the intent, we are going to use the put extra method. So put extra, and then we are going to say intent dot, and what is that extra subject? So I'm going to say extra underscore subject, and what is the subject? This is nothing but coffee order for who? You can put your name over here. Coffee order for the name. So coffee order for you, for Ali. Okay. With that, so this implicit intent will carry on this subject. Like, what is the subject? Coffee order for the name. And then we move on, and we can say we are going to put some other data, attach some other data to this intent as well, and that is intent dot extra text. Okay, yeah, there it is. You can select it, and then we can pass on the order summary. Okay, it might be possible that there is no app related to sending this intent and the corresponding data. So there is no mobile email app. So for that reason, we are going to use the if statement, and we are going to check intent dot resolve activity. So we are going to resolve what activity? Get package manager. If the package manager is not equal to null, so it means that there is some activity, some mail activity that is there. So at that case, we are going to say start activity, pass it the intent, which is our implicit intent. And I think that's it. So if this is difficult for you, I'm going to explain it later on, but here I'm just going to show it to you that how it works. So I'm going to restart the app. Let us turn on the emulator. So the app is looking cool, though it's a simple app, but it is a foundation. It can be a foundation for many of the complex apps that you are going to use in your practical life. So once again, I'm going to put the name Mustafa and the address of, for example, room 6, hostel number A, cast, and in this case I'm only going to select the whipped cream option, and I'm going to select let's say 10 quantity, and if I click order, you can see that the implicit intent has been used. So here we are passed on to the email. The email app has opened, and this emulator is telling us that and there is no email account, so you can use your email account here. So I can simply say this is my email, dankas.gmail. So this will be the email of the coffee ordering app administrator or the shop. Okay, so this is my email. I can verify it. Click next. Okay, in order to sign in, you also have to give the password. But here, like I can. Okay, like this password is visible, so I won't be like I do not want to show it to anyone, so I'm going to give it the password, and I'm going to return it. But for now, let me stop this activity, and I'll see you in the part B of this.